How to plan a trip to Leh Ladakh with children, and this is specifically for parents with children up to the age of 12 years. Now, if you're planning a trip to Ladakh with children between the age of 1, 2, and 3, I would personally advise you to think 100 times before getting there because there are a lot of complications that children so young can face when they go to this high altitude. So, first thing, make sure that your child is in good health. Second, take them to a pediatrician of theirs and get a checkup done and get his thumbs up before you end up embarking or plan, even starting to plan your trip to Leh Ladakh with children, with your child who's up to the age of 3. For children from 4 to 12, it is advisable that you can do the trip, but just still go to the doctor so that you have his advice and his precautions before you end up going there, and any health scares that you can avoid before you end up there. Now, number one that you need to do is when you're planning your routing, that is your blueprint for Leh Ladakh, you need to keep it as relaxed as possible because children cannot sit in the vehicle for long hours. They need to have frequent breaks. So, plan it very relaxed. Don't try to do 10 places in 6 days. Try to do an 8-day trip which can cover not more than 8 places. So, this way, your child has enough of time to have fun. That's number one. Number two, I would say, is choosing the right month to be going there because summer holidays start in April is not a good time to be going there. You need to plan either the month of, I would say, go in May, June, August, or September. These are the 4 months which are good to be going to Leh Ladakh with your children. Number two would be how to reach there, which is everybody's question. It might sound cool and adventurous to do the road trip from Srinagar to Leh or from Manali to Leh, but it is not at all advisable for children to be making this journey by a road from Manali to Leh. Do not even consider doing it. It's a treacherous road, and your child will tank out before they reach Leh. No matter even if you plan on stopping at Keelong or at Jispa, it's not at all a good idea. Please cancel that thought. My personal recommendation is take a direct flight from Delhi to Leh. Let your child rest in Leh for 2 days, and that's more than enough for them to acclimatize. Do not do the journey, it is just going to be a nightmare. Number four would be choosing your accommodation. Now, opting for accommodation which is family friendly is my personal recommendation. Do not go everywhere for hotels. Go for places like homestays, which where you will have an access to the kitchen, where you'll have other children in the homestay because the homestay owners will have their children or grandchildren with them. This way, your kids will have a more personalized experience of Leh Ladakh. Number five would be where do you visit in Leh? The places I would say stay in Nubra Valley for a couple of days because the sand dunes are a place that your kids will really like. They can have a lot of fun at the sand dunes. So stay at Nubra Valley for a couple of days and definitely go to Pangong. Avoid going to places like Hanle and Somoriri because traveling there will make it really hectic for children. My personal recommendation is to keep it an 8 or 9 day trip where it is more relaxed and fulfilling for your child. Now, when it comes to packing, make sure that you do not overpack because most of the things that you might carry might not be needed, and then you'll simply have to cart around another extra bag. Keep in mind that warm clothing is needed, and you can always buy additional clothing in Leh if you feel the need that your child is feeling cold. You can get very good clothing over there, so you do not need to worry about that. Along with this, just keep in mind that they need gloves, they need a thermal cap, they definitely need a sunscreen, and UV protected sunglasses are mandatory for even children because it can get really harsh out there. A lip balm has to be added, and you have to make sure that you're drinking at least, I would say, 2 to 3 liters of water throughout the entire day to avoid any kind of dehydration. Carry their favorite chocolates along the trip because this will come as a good energizing bar for them whenever they feel hungry along the journey. And you can also carry their snacks like chips and whatever else they like. When it comes to food, just keep the food very simple, keep it basic. You can make them have tuppa, that is the noodle soup out there. You can make them try out the local dishes like luffing. You can also have rice, dal, roti, sabji, whatever the homestay is providing. Avoid going, I would say, for food which is going to take a long time to digest, like pizzas and burgers, because that is where the most of the complications will come about. Now, in Leh, food options are in plenty. You'll get a lot of your even city food out there, but you got to be wise and sensible of what will work out best for your family and your children. So just be cautious when you're eating so that you do not overeat and do not go to places where they might end up with a upset stomach. Now, when it comes to the safety, you need to understand that there are hospitals in Leh which are very good, and they are very well equipped for all these illnesses that you will face in Leh. But beyond Leh, you'll only get it maybe in Hundar. Along the way to Pangong, there is nothing other than a small health center at the village of Tangse. So you got to be very cautious and prepared. Carry a cylinder of oxygen in your vehicle so that you do not have to worry about that. But over and above this, if your child is well prepared before going for the trip itself, that is acclimatizing and planning the journey without any extra complication in terms of shortening your trip and extending the number of places that you want to visit, that would make it very tiresome for the child. Now, over and above this, more than anything else, what your child should avoid is having a bath every day, because Leh Ladakh is unlike other places. You do not need to have a bath every day. So, if you stick to giving your child a bath every second day, I would say is very good. The day you'll arrive, do not take them for a bath. But I would say the second day they can get a light wash. And before going to Nubra Valley, Pangong is a place that do not even consider having a bath, because that's going to be a nightmare. And just make sure that they have their skull cap on their head throughout the entire journey, regardless of whether it is sunny or it is cold, because that is where most children end up falling sick. Their shoe pair is very important, so make sure that you buy them a good pair of shoes which has a good grip. Waterproof shoes is what I would ideally recommend. You can go to Decathlon or Wildcraft, and they have plenty of shoes for children. The reason I'm saying waterproof shoes is because children have a tendency of getting themselves wet when they go close to a river or a lake, and that's possibly what is going to happen if you encounter snow also. And once their feet gets wet and their socks get wet, it's a disaster, because they're going to fall sick, and then the shoes are now going to dry up, and it's going to be a real problem for you. Hence, try to get them good waterproof shoes. It will not cost you too much in comparison to their health if that goes for a toss. Now, if you're planning a family trip to Leh Ladakh and are looking for guidance or to join a trip, we do have a trip specifically for families with children, which is for 7 nights, 8 days. It is planned in the month of May, June, and September. Now, if you're interested in enrolling, you can click on the link in the description and you'll go straight to our website where you get all the details related to this trip. You can directly WhatsApp our sales team from our website, who will guide you through the booking process, and they will take care of all your other needs. Now, remember, for us family trip, all children below the age of 10 are free, but it is two adults and one child free. It is not anything beyond that. If you have two kids, one will be paid if they are above the age of 10. If Because we are giving two adults and one child free, we cannot take more, we cannot give you more discounts. So please do not even ask us for anything further than this, because it's an experiential trip where we'll be also having a picnic by the banks of the river Shayok. No, banks of the river Shayok and Indus both, in fact, so that there will be a more child friendly experience where a lot of activities are also planned in the form of a scavenger hunt for them, so that they can have a more fulfilling experience of Leh Ladakh rather than just going sightseeing like every other holiday. Now, till our next video about Leh Ladakh, remember, cover the earth before it covers you.